What are the best settings you need to know to take better photos and videos on your iPhone? I'll go over all the settings you need to tweak, best practices, even some great accessories and apps to take your photos to the next level. Not just photos, your videos will look amazing too. So let's get started. The most important thing to get right for amazing photos and videos all lie in the camera settings. So let's head right to the settings. Open settings, scroll down and select camera. Let's go one by one and set them to their best value, shall we? First up, record video. You paid big money for it, why capture anything less than 4K videos? Set this to 4K 30 frames per second or 4K 60 frames per second. Frames per second here means how smooth your videos will be without motion blur. So I do not recommend 24 frames per second. 30 or 60 should be good. 4K 60 will be even smoother and you can slow down your videos later for a cinematic slow-mo effect too. But if you don't do it, stick to 4K 30 frames per second like me. Next, an important setting. Enable enhanced stabilization here. This will make your videos shake-free and more cinematic. It will crop in a bit, but it's totally worth it. Videos will look like it's shot on a gimbal. HDR video. This is a subjective setting. Some people like it and some people hate it. When you play back an HDR video, it looks extra bright, deep black and bright highlights. I like it, so I'm keeping it on. Next, turn off auto FPS. When you're shooting in low light, to make it easier, your iPhone will automatically lower the FPS to 24 if this is enabled. We don't want that, we need full control. So turn it off. Lock white balance, a very important but easily overlooked setting. When you are taking a video, a white balance might keep shifting, making your videos look yellower and bluer when moving. This is a huge distraction which will subconsciously make it look like a cheap camera. Locking it will keep the white balance stable and hence a feeling of a high-end camera. So if it's not on, turn it on. Slow-mo. I keep at 240 for the extra slow-mo and cinematic videos at 4K 30p, the highest your iPhone would offer. Next, formats. Very important section for photos. Between high efficiency and most compatible, I leave it at high efficiency. These high efficiency formats are much smaller in size and will save a lot of your iPhone storage. But they're also highly compressed. Most compatible formats are JPEG and H.264, which are larger files. My recommendation here is, if you share your photos a lot, tweak and edit it, or you work between PC, Android and Apple ecosystems, choose most compatible. Else, high efficiency is perfect for most cases. Photo mode, select 24 megapixel. It will come in handy when you crop your pics. This will be 12 megapixel if it's an older iPhone, then pick 12. ProRaw and resolution control. Definitely turn it on. These are available only in the newer Pro iPhones. This is what will turn your normal photos into professional looking photos. It takes a little bit more effort and storage for those better photos, but it's totally worth it. You see, when you take a photo, your camera sensor captures a lot of information, but a lot of it is unnecessary. So it throws out that information, compresses and saves a smaller photo file in your gallery. But if you want to edit them, color grade them, make it look more professional, you will need to store all the extra information. This large file with all that information is called a RAW format file. Look at these two photos here, taken one in high efficiency format and the other in RAW format. Even though it looks the same, the RAW photo is significantly larger, which means it has more information which you can tweak, edit and bring it out. Next, Pro default. You can either take a 48 megapixel full resolution compressed photo or a RAW photo. I like it to set it to Pro RAW Max, which will take 48 megapixel RAW photos. Remember, this is simply giving you an option to capture RAW photos. Default photos you take will still be small, high efficiency photos. I will show you later on how to capture the full resolution RAW photos. Spatial video. We don't need to worry about that much. Next, Apple ProRes. Okay, think of this as RAW photos for videos. Uncompressed video with a lot more information and hence larger video files than regular compressed one. If you want cinematic looking videos, you will definitely need to enable this. This is also an iPhone 15 Pro feature. Now, in ProRes encoding, select log for that highest quality video with all that information. Remember, this highest quality video at best setting will take a lot more storage and also a lot more time to process them to your liking. The file size is going to be so huge that if you capture in 4K 60 frames per second, you will need to connect an external SSD to record those videos because your iPhone storage won't cut it. Also, if you take a video in ProRes log, the video will look so dull and bad by default. But since it has all those informations, you can edit it and get some amazing results. It's a bit of work, but if you're not okay with those trade-offs, leave it off. I will show you later in the camera app how to take videos in ProRes log format later. Going back, there is only one more important setting I want you to enable, and that is under Preserve settings, enable exposure adjustment. When you take a photo or video, tweaking exposure can result in some great photos, and enabling this will give you a shortcut to easily adjust exposure in the camera app. The rest of these settings won't affect your photo or video quality much. In composition, enable grid and level to help better frame your photo and video. That's it. Well, most of it. This by itself should give you some amazing looking photos and videos if your settings had been wrong. But we can take it even further by making small adjustments while taking a photo. First, an important detail, if you zoom to take photos, do not use digital zoom, meaning don't pinch and zoom to take photos. These are digital zoom and they are not good. Instead, tap here at the bottom which says 1x, 2x, 3x, etc. If you want to zoom, they will give you much cleaner photos. This photo was taken at 2.9x zoom and this photo at 3x zoom. See the difference in the text? Next, iPhone usually takes photos a bit overexposed. Even though they may look brighter, they don't look as aesthetic. To fix the exposure yourself, tap on the histogram at the top left and then reduce the exposure a bit, especially when shooting in harsh sunlight and near bright light source. Remember the raw photos we spoke about in the settings? To take raw photos, just tap here to enable taking raw 48 megapixel full resolution photos. If you want to take just a 48 megapixel compressed photo, long press on this icon and you can select HEIF Max for a high resolution photo. To do the same for videos, that is, to take uncompressed video in ProRes log, go to video section, enable ProRes log. To be able to shoot longer than a few minutes, attach an external SSD using the USB-C port. Now your iPhone is capturing the highest quality video possible on your iPhone. This is cinema grade footage. Even though it looks washed out, less contrasty, less colorful, the information is all there and you can bring it back using an editor to a movie-like footage. Since this video will become even longer, in my next video, I will go over this whole process of enabling, recording and editing a ProRes log video on your iPhone. So subscribe to get notified. Okay, now you've got the best possible settings. You have enabled them in the camera app for capturing in the best format possible. This is one more thing to make your photos and videos truly professional looking after capturing them. That is, to process the photos and videos. The iPhone can help only capture all the information. It's our creativity to make it stand apart. For those amazing looking photos, I use Adobe Lightroom app on my mobile to process them. It's a paid app, but there are a few other ones which are free and which does a good job too. The inbuilt photo editing tool in the iPhone is just so-so. I will leave a link to a few good ones in the description below. This is how I process my photos as an example. This is a photo captured in 48 megapixel RAW. With some very basic tweaks, fixing the exposure, adjusting the color and some color grading, this is the end result. You can process and edit a normal photo as well. But since your phone did not capture much information, it will break apart pretty quickly and it won't look as good as an uncompressed photo. That's where all these settings help. Okay, hope this video was useful. I will make a subsequent video to expand on a few of the topics we went through quickly, like processing ProRes log videos, processing and editing raw photos, and even some tips and tricks on capturing better photos. Meanwhile, this video here can help with some better composition techniques. I'll see you in the next one. This is Anjana. Bye-bye.